used to, right? But when you have something like this attached to your CV, that there was a time in Nigeria that the tax law that you were part of, this is what happened. You understand what where I'm coming from? It puts him in a very difficult place. Now, if you think this thing don't matter, there was a time, few months back, a few years back, the issue of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's certificates. His lawyers argued that if these things were to release, it would cause a lot of harm to him. He understands that his image has to be protected. And we cannot, for some reason, best known to us, cannot say it. But Mr. Goss, I do not have a problem if people want to discuss music, football. Everybody has to do what they want to do, right? Everybody choose a path that works for them. Politics is is boring to a lot of people. People don't get interested in it, and and if you want to discuss politics to drive a lot of tractions and a lot of people, all I need to do right now is put Obi's name on this. Right? We probably will have double the numbers, right? And everybody will want to hear about what is that Peter Obi have done. Or I will just put Atiku's name on top of the topic. People will want to come and hear about this is right. This is what sells, or people want to listen to the gossip side of it. And that's what a lot of people have used their energy to do every single day, forgetting that the big elephant in the house is APC. This is what you guys need to focus on, right? There is no two ways about it. Bola Tinubu and his team will milk this thing to the last. They will milk this thing to the last. You're not lying about it. The good thing for you guys is that they'll use their own hands to destroy whatever they're building. It is their own party members or party member who went on Channels TV. Sorry, who went on Arise TV? It was not Peter Obi. Before somebody would accuse him, or it was Peter Obi that decided this tax law, this man doesn't know what he's talking about. We are talking about a senator. Atiku did not send anybody, Atiku was not the one that was interviewed. It has nothing to do with the opposition as of 2 days ago right now. It was a member of the political party called APC, a senator, saying that what we passed is different from what the president signed. What else are you looking for? And you cannot make the best out of this? And you'll stay interested in gossiping to yourselves? Guys, man. I will continue to use the little time I have to bring topics that are not favorable to a lot of people. These are the kind of things I would like to discuss. I'm not interested in spending 70 hours on this platform and continue to do something that will not yield any fruit. Go back to the drawing board, ask question, who tampered, who altered this tax bill? Who altered it? Mindset that everybody going to focus on it? No. I believe you guys have WhatsApp groups. Now, what you can do is free advice. Let's say you have 10 people on that WhatsApp group. Let 2 persons discuss other topics that has to do with moving the party forward and everything. Let 3 other persons focus on this tax issue. Let the other 3 focus on amplifying your candidate. It's very important, say your candidate. But whatever it is that you can do to put this government in a position that they cannot get themselves out, you have to do it. It is not that difficult. Joe, you have the mic, sir.
Thank you, Mindset. To also add to it, if they take this thing to international stage, it will help a lot, and they stand to maybe score 2.2 heavy points. Mindset, you see that here in these our settings, we don't seem to attach that seriousness in tax. Right, if you know what I mean, we don't seem to. I mean, compared to these international advanced countries, they have that too much interest. They send people to jail or out for tax. Of course, we all know that. Well, that hardly happen over here, right? But we can still make few noise, accusation around there, make few noise, then let go. Over there, evil stars, celebrities go to jail for tax issue. right? So that gives you an opportunity or an edge, right? If you take this thing to international stage, right? Say that, these people value tax, right? And they will frown at anybody who doesn't pay tax like that. Who is able to pay tax, is able to pay tax, is not paying it. They will frown at it. Then now hear that those who should prosecute those who are not paying tax, and they are now the one forging tax law. Imagine how that will sound in their ear now. So this is why the opposition can't afford to be sleeping on this. The levity and the non-interest we are showing over here on this is not encouraged. It is not good enough. So we have to talk to ourselves. Apart from we as citizens, speaking up like this, we just have to, whoever has the ear of the opposition or opposition leaders, talk to them. Even if it's just a press conference, if you have to sponsor somebody, go international stage, do these things. This thing has, apart from, as Marcel said, apart from exposing the president, Mr. Taiwo, what's his name? Like, started of these things, exposing him or affecting his career by being part of a forgery. Then the government also start to lose that credibility, if they have any, right? Before international stage, that they took part to oversee a forgery in terms of the tax law. Then the France, whatever MOU they signed with France on this issue, will also be in the eyes of the international community as to why they have to be part of signing a law or an MOU with a forged document, right? So it can, from all fronts. So I just don't know why the opposition is sleeping. This thing is too serious. That's why I've said it before and I've said it again. This is a policy scheme. This is using our law to rob us. Imagine if they had passed the law, if they had succeeded in passing the law, you now be bound by that law to pay a forged tax, right? If I put it that way. Because you are now doing this, it's now legal. So we are bound to do it by law, but you are being robbed. It wasn't what was passed by the highest body of the nation, lawmaking body of the nation, because it was forged. This thing is an annoying mindset. It's crazy if we think about it. Somebody using our law to rob us, and we are just cool as cucumber. We're just going on. Nothing is going. It's nothing. So we have to wake up. Take this. As Marcin said, Tinubu has local media covered. There's no doubt about that. That's why we don't even have this discussion much in the local media. How many of them are discussing it on the paper? Apart from reactions or quotes from people, what people said, how many of them are taking time to really put this out there for people to see? None. It's because there's a reason for that. But take it where they don't have that power. International stage, make this thing popular. Everybody involved in this, at some point, will have to be exposed. The ones that are fronting it, we have their faces shame, and maybe no choice at some point to confess or conclaim or even withdraw from it. I'm not doing part of it because we have been affected. So this thing is serious. To have forgery itself is serious. Then now the tax. It's just the aim is to obtain money from people by trick. That's whatever they want to call it in terms of scamming people. It is. So the earlier we wake up, the better for all of us. Thank you, myself.
Okay, thank you very much. I know people would like to want to change the narrative. I'm not here to tell people not to pay their tax. So when you want to quote me tomorrow, please quote me on what I said, not what you think I'm saying, right? People need to pay their tax. I'm not saying people should not pay their tax. What I am saying here is a crime has been committed. The government have committed a crime. Right? So because it's the government that signed the document. So the Senate president is saying there was no crime committed, there was nothing, what they have is this. But a member of the committee, I want to believe, a senator of the party, not a senator from ADC, not a senator, is a senator from the APC, the ruling party, gave an interview where he said what was passed and what the president signed are two different things. If you guys cannot make anything out of this, I do not know what else you're going to do with it. Use what they have given to you and make something out of it. If you remember, please, anybody raise your hand if you have to correct me if I'm wrong. That interview happened on Arise TV, right? I think it was Sahara Reporters and a few other newspapers that carried that news. The likes of Point, they touch it briefly and everything because they cannot afford to exploit this thing. So you take advantage and say, the nation, internet, the media in Nigeria are going to suppress this news. What else can we do? You cannot wait till 3 months to the election. You must have budget for things like this. APC had budget for everything. And you know the good thing for you guys in the ADC is that you have some persons who we are part of the media team when it comes to APC, the likes of Chibika and National Aerofire. These guys did a lot when it comes to media, right? They understood how to shape narrative. I'm not sure if it was funding is your problem right now, but this thing is not going to cost you you've got to figure it out within yourselves. You have to spend money. Politics is about putting out the PR there. You get your candidate, you have your party, you have your candidate. The next thing you need to do is your PR. And Elon Musk have given to some of you guys a free platform. I know a lot of people pay to subscribe and everything. You can open up a space, discuss this tax issue. It would not bring a lot of numbers. I know a lot of people use spaces to drive tractions, which is not a bad thing for anyone who chooses to do so. If you're part of the opposition, these are conversations that you need to focus on in the next coming days. At least drag it for 1 week, if you can. You don't have to host spaces for 1 week. Once in a while, talk about this thing. Let the party in power defend themselves. Now, what the party in power is doing is any slight mistake from the opposition, they will use it to cover everything. I received a message about somebody that, are we not going to host a space about Tinubu in Turkey? I'm thinking, what does that have to do with anything? An old man fell. Would that stop anything? We have a bigger fish to fry, guys. If there's any topic that I think we need to discuss, which I'm going to make time for on Friday morning, it has to be the issue of this tax. Alain Dume, Senator, has given the opposition, the Nigerians, something to hold on to. The mistakes that the opposition have made in the releasing of the names, yes, it's there. One cannot condone such behaviors and everything. But amplify what matters. Who was part of who did this thing? The last time we had somebody from the APC on this platform, Mr. Adebayo, he agreed with us that this thing has to be investigated and everything. That is somebody from the APC. I'm not sure if he's still towing the same line now. No, we're not going to do it. The opposition are not going to do it. Nobody's going to work for anybody for free when it comes to PR. You're going to spend that money before you decided that you're going to form a political party called the ADC. These are politicians who have been there, seen it, and you have to make, fund for things like this. Your PR. Look for opportunity. APC will create another opportunity for you. Tinubu falling down is nothing. Don't get me wrong, you can make it a news, but it's not going to do more damage to him that a crime has been committed. Mr. Taiwo will find a way to excuse himself. The French government will say, we will not, the document we saw and everything, put them in a position that they start pointing finger, oh no, it's not me, it's Miss Oge. It's Nuhu? No, I was not involved, it was Sam. But no, we're not going to do so because it's not going to bring a lot of traction. Anyway, guys, I want to thank everyone who have joined. Let's go back to work. Before I do so, let me quickly read out what's going on in the comment section. All right. I've been requesting for the mic. Okay, Sonny, ADC is not serious for now, in my own opinion. There is so many things working against the APC. The image is not good internationally, and opposition is quiet. Good luck to them. Jacob said, this is not to drag anyone, but most Nigerians are hypocrites. God's eye, who is here criticizing and dragging Nigerians and opposition, have never made a post on his TL about the tax issue. Well, don't blame me when I say I don't take such crying serious. I mean, he might not have tweeted about it, but he's on the platform speaking about it, right? So even if you want to condemn him, even if you think he has not done a great job by tweeting about it, but for him to make time and being on the platform to speak about it, I think you should give him credit as well, right? And as a matter of fact, I think, I think speaking is more powerful than writing, and I will tell you why. There is this quote that said there's power in a spoken words. No matter whatever I do, I will always remember what some person said, right? But I might not recall everything that people tweet out there. Oh, remember what this person said. If you ask me the tweet from somebody, I might not remember it, but I remember what the person said on the platforms. This is why I keep saying to you guys, this thing is not a joke. Americans and international community know how powerful spaces are. Because I can hold you by your own words. I will say, Mr. Nuhu, this is what you said. I cannot remember some of the tweets on your timeline. I might not even be able to see it. And I will quote you both on what you said. So speaking for me works better than writing. I'm not saying people should not tweet. Right? So guys, Gus, I have the mic quickly so as we round up, sir.
Yeah, mindset. The truth about Nigerians is that we're talking people rather than doing. I, I am not someone that is massive on talking on social media. I knew what I did in the last election. I didn't really have to be out there running and jumping and being mobilizing. But I have a scar. I nearly went blind because of the last election because I followed the ballot from the point of ward to local government and all that, spending days and nights and my money on the last election. Um, but the truth is that we are a talking people. We like talking, and most times when it comes to action, then you see a lot of people shouting on social media. The fact is that yes, it's important. You will have different people with how best they know how to do their things. And some people believe it's by talking and shouting, and some people believe it's by doing the work where it matters most. As I said, I am open to different ways to make things better in the country. And in my own quarter, I would always put myself out there. As I am not. If you look at my timeline, you only find me
Sorry,
either
have we
pushing
lost
things
him?
on, yeah, pushing things on crypto or just replying messages or reposting people. You rarely see me writing on things. I prefer, as I said, come on spaces, say what I want to say, where it involves pushing actions, where I can put in my money, I do that. Where it involves what doing the work, that's where I find myself most times because I find out that we as a people, we always like to talk. We're always known to say a lot and shout and jump up and down. But when it comes to let's do the work where it matters most, you see a lot of people disappearing. And that's it's fine for people to think that, oh, because I'm not posting about it, that I am not quite invested in it. But when it comes to let's do the work, then that's what is really important. You might say all you want to say mindset here, and people will go back and sleep, and then it's the end of it all. But where it matters most is let's do the work. That's just what I feel in things like this. I am not always out there on social media writing and creating space. That's why I will never monetize my account because I'm not interested in all those things. I have better things that gives me good money to sustain myself in Nigeria as it is. But that's just by the way.
Sorry, let me address you, please. Can you mute your mic, please? Because
Yeah, I'm mute.
thank you very much, sir. So I do not think that there's anything wrong in people talking, right? And I will give you a lot of examples whereby when people say people on social media are talking and all this, I don't really take kindly to such opinions, and I will tell you why. If social media is not important, I do not believe that someone like Elon Musk, who is a billionaire, will spend his hard-earned money to buy it. We might not like Nyesom Wike. We might dislike him, but Wike is somebody who knows how to use the media, right? You will say he's talking, but whenever he's talking or whatever he's saying, Whether you like him or you don't like, you will comment to it. One of my favorite quotes is from Jim Morrison: "Whoever controls the media controls the mind." Opinion shaping matters in politics. Yes, there are those who will go out there and get the job done. How do I know about some of these things? There are a lot of things that Mr. Nuhu have said this afternoon. I don't know about it. I don't know where Mr. Nuhu resides. I don't know which, what he does, but he have given me something to work with because he said something. I'm thinking, okay, I've learned from him. I do not know where Miss Oge resides and everything. So she has said a lot of things here, which for me has impacted me as a person. I've learned from her, right? If she didn't say it, I would have seen things from that angle. Yourself as well, and Mr. John, the rest of those that have spoken. It is very important for us to understand the power of media. Let's not make people feel that they are not making an impact. I've said this, and I don't owe anybody any apology. One of the things that happened in 2023 election was because a lot of young people use the social media, right, to amplify a candidate that a lot of people did not believe in. There was a lot of things that was said about, somebody, 4 people tweeting on a room and everything. That was a word that somebody said, believing that these people are wasting their time on Twitter and everything. But guess what? Those 4 people got over 6 million votes. That is the power of social media. It shaped narratives. And this is why I'm really, really not comfortable with this opposition, because it would appear they, for some reason, they do not know how to harness and how to make the best out of this. Do your job outside social media. Let those who want to be on social media continue to be on social media. The annoying part of this is there's some individuals, not yourself, Mr. Gus I, that will come out and say, oh, people want to talk. They will be the ones that will request for the mic to talk. So if you believe, myself, Mr. Nohu, Ms. Oge, Gus I, we are wasting our time, why do you want to join us to invest in our time? Invest in your own time. Why do you want to be part of it? Right? Just allow them to do the talking, do your job, go out there and mobilize. Some of these predictions and what have you is what people say. Hence, when I have the opportunity, I will ask questions. Where are you spacing from? Somebody will say I'm spacing. I said, do you still have your PVC? Yes, I do have my PVC. Who was your last candidate? Who was the candidate you voted for last time? I voted for. Who are you voting for this time? This thing called data doesn't fall from heaven. Intel doesn't, there's no magic. It's about getting information. Right? I want to commend everybody who is using their platform, whether how small it is, to communicate. Please do not feel, don't feel bad that people will always say things. A lot of things have been said about my person, and hey, 5 years down the line, I'm still here hosting the spaces. Okay, but I want I want to commend everybody who has contributed. Do we still have any other person who would like to add anything? Miss Oge Anuhu and Miss Gus Eyes. Any other thing in regards to what we the topic we raised this afternoon? Sorry, this morning. Gus, you have the mic.
Yeah, I would just say that our, our our lives are politics dictate our lives. Just as you have said, it's also important that we find our voices. Right? I think, as you rightly said, PR is important, no matter how small. Um, it's important that even when people point out criticisms in things like, I feel that the person that might have said what he said in the comment section wants me to talk more. That's the way I view it. And I think it's important that I also look at it on that prism, that the person too is also trying to see that, okay, if you are vocal right here on my safe space, why not still push out one word or the other? Maybe your amount of followers too can see what you put out there, and it can convince 1 or 2 people that would also take action. So for me, it's a win-win for everyone that is feeling bad about our situation as a nation and wants it to get better. You are doing yours in your own little way and pushing out the narrative to people that want to listen and say, so it's whoever is doing what they are doing. I have seen different individuals here that I know that have been doing a lot that right from the 2023 election. I think I see 1 million march, something like that. They were big then in the election, and I think they have calmed down a little. I think it's a wake-up call for all of us that are that love this country and they are interested in seeing things work to do more than sitting on the sidelines and saying, "Yeah, it's not my thing," or "it's my thing," or "that as it may." So, as you have encouraged us, or I would also put out my voice there to say we should continue to do what we can in our little way to move things forward. That's just what I have to say myself.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Gus, and hopefully, I hope that you, I believe that you have healed. You know, quite sad to hear that you sustained an injury prior to the election. These are the things that a lot of people went through, and some persons will not appreciate what someone like yourself have done. So, I hope that will not discourage you to you know, that would not discourage you from getting involved in the upcoming election, but you have to protect yourself. Please, it's very, very important. In as much as we want a better country, it's very important that you know, you protect yourself. Do not put yourself in danger, right? And thank you once again for your wonderful submission. So I'm just going to say this to Ms. Oge, yourself, and the Nuhu. Now, people can still tweet whatever they want to tweet. There are some things that means a lot to people more than this tax. Use your platform, right, to continue to project your candidate. It is that important. But if you can, use the same platform to talk about this issue. One of the excuses that people always come up, oh, might say, you know, I do not have followers. Listen, guys, the good thing I love about Twitter or X right now is you don't even know what the algorithm will bring to your timeline. I don't care how many followers you have. It doesn't make a difference to me. If you put out something out there, it passes my timeline, I will read it, I will research on it, I will learn from you. That is how important you are. For the simple reason that somebody has 2 million followers, and if they say jump, you jump. Please, you guys should stop this. If you have 5 followers, put out what you think. Somebody will read it, somebody will make something out of it. We all started with nothing. We all started with no followers. We all started with 1 followers, and then just do not focus more on this so-called, you know, it has to be somebody with big numbers, right? They will say something with, you know, you become an influencer. How do you allow somebody to control your life? Even if you don't want to agree to it, you have to, because you do not want people to feel that you're not part of this. There is nothing wrong in being part of a group or anything, but have your own mind. What is wrong is wrong. Please, I'm not here to lecture anybody. Please, I do apologize if people feel I'm lecturing people, right? I'm trying to, you know, be somebody's parent. No, but I'm just saying, I want you to understand how important your tweet is, how important your tweet, you know, how far your tweet can reach to people you can convince with your tweet, right? That's just my little advice, right? I'm not saying you shouldn't follow anybody. Mr. Nuhu, please, before we round up, do you have any other thing to add, sir?
Yeah, I said, actually, to appreciate you. And when you are, you know, managing people of diverse interests, there could always be this, you know, unnecessary takes that may contradict your principles. But I believe over the time, you must have mastered how to manage, you know, people like this. So we appreciate your effort and what you're doing for, you know, in this X, and you are shaping narrative. You are doing a lot of work, and I believe your model is distinct. It's so special, and we are not taking it for granted. We appreciate your effort. Thank you so much, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you for your kind word, Mr. Nuhu. I remember a few months back, Mr. Nuhu said I am working for APC. Do you remember, sir?
Absolutely. There are times I even feel you might even you may have personal offense against me, because I noticed that somebody reported the post I made, and you talked about it some time ago. But actually, there's nothing wrong with people judging you like that. I believe you have, over the time, you must have come across so many things like that, accusations, and you have managed it. So we appreciate that. Those accusations have never, deter you from doing what is right. So and actually, okay, I said something that looked like a repetition of an answer I gave when you brought it the other time. Is that when somebody don't have option, the only option Nigerians have today is ADC. In as much as we can say that ADC is not properly managing itself and not doing what is expected, but completely making it look like it is impossible to use ADC and see Tinubu suggests that then let us go and die. Maybe let's just Tinubu continue. So that's the impression I have always wanted to maybe okay, that's the impression that informed my judgment, but I think that was also wrong. So I believe time will settle everything. We appreciate your patience, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You see, the thing here is I'm happy that at the end of the day, you're still on the speaker section speaking, right? Some person will believe that from whatever you said against my person a few months back, it shouldn't even come on spaces, but it doesn't matter to me, right? You're here speaking freely, and if I disagree with you, I will say I disagree with you. That's me. The only thing that will make me block somebody, for those who always complain, I say that you block my friend or this. If you're being, disruptive to the platform, or you're abusing myself or the speakers, you can disagree with them. I don't have a problem if you disagree with me, right? My thing here is respect the rules of this platform, right? Give your opinion. I might not like it. Don't stand here or stay on the comment section and start calling Nuhu names and insulting him, and or then you started calling me Stella names. These guys are my guests on this platform, and I have to protect their interest. Their interest being that I do not want someone to insult them, disagree with them. That's why you see people, I block them sometimes, and sometimes they complain that they're not allowed to speak. You have to understand that it is an open platform. People must speak their mind. Oh, mine said, why are you platforming an APC member? He's a Nigerian, she's a Nigerian. I don't care. Why are you? It would appear the platform is not tilting towards, it to come and Peter Obi's obedience platform. Those are the ones requesting for the mic. Okay, now you can see that there's a lot of articulated or what have you on the platform. They are the ones requesting for the mic. I am not going to beg anybody to say, please come and speak on the platform. I will not do such thing. Right? If anybody, any politician wants to speak, you're welcome to speak. It is an open platform. Okay? If APC wants to come and make their case, they are welcome to do so. But thank you very much, Mr. Nuhu. I hope that your party, the ADC, would work with some of the information that you have put out, and I believe that you guys should turn any negative and get the positive from it and focus on what really matters and educate others, right? And to you, Mr. God's Eye, please, I wish you well. I hope things work out better for you. But if you're up, have the opportunity to use your platform to speak, please do so. Can Bola Ahmed Tinubu be defeated? Absolutely. It's not, we are humans. Anything can happen. If you tell me a few months back that APC will find themselves in the position they are right now, with my little experience, I would say maybe yes or no. But they were very comfortable. When I mean comfortable, that nothing will stop them. But things are beginning to happen. Things are shifting. They are not things are happening, and they know exactly things that were happening. So they're not as comfortable as they are. Hence, the opposition should figure it out themselves and have conversation that matters. Okay? They can be defeated. The opposition might not be able to defeat him if they don't play their card very right. Okay? So, guys, I'm just buying time to see if there's any other person requesting for the mic. But the last thing I need is when we close this platform, people will complain he's not allowing us to speak, right? So I would continue to read what's going on in the comment section as we hope to see if there's any other person. I can see 4 persons requesting for the mic, but I'm not able to see them. Oxford and Harvard. Good job, myself, for hosting this space. You know it on how the opposition dropped the ball. The 4 tax bits, the US for oil taxes and lower business report are sneaky. ADC and Labour Party want it paused. Court said go ahead, but yeah, if the opposition, sorry, let me continue. If the opposition can push harder like Lai Mohammed days, maybe we'll see a Richard. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like him, hate him, dislike him, Lai Mohammed was a master. He knows that what he was saying to those in America was he was lying about it. There was nobody who was trying to hack the Beavers or the IREF. No one. But he was saying no. The reason this thing happened is because don't listen to people like Nuhu. Don't listen to Gus I. How is it that the people that claim that they won the election were the ones who traveled to tell the international community we won the election? We would have thought that the opposition would have been the ones who would say we won this election. Hello? And you can see the likes of Premium Times, those that used to do investigations, investigative journalism. So, if it was the time the APC was in the opposition, I believe you me, Premium Time would have done something, or even Sahara Reporters, they would tell you the name of the person that changed that, when it happens, how it happened, how many people came together. So it's very clear to the blind that these guys are not willing to help you. You're going to seek help somewhere, right? It's going to cost you money. There is power in spoken words, and don't be deterred from speaking. Do we have? Sorry, I'm just going to round up exactly 12 o'clock, so I'm buying time to see if I'm able to bring some of these individuals up. Please, if you're still requesting for the mic, can you kindly put a comment on the comment section? Let's see what we can do to bring you up. Please, if you're still part of those 4 persons requesting for the mic, can you put a comment on the comment section? We'll see what we can do to bring you up. Unfortunately, Mr. Sam is no longer co-hosting. He dropped. And I'm happy for anyone to help me to co-host. That's another thing I would like to address. Listen, the reason it appears that Sam helped me to co-host, Sam has made it very clear he has not blocked anybody. So if you're going to help me to co-host, it's very important you have not blocked anybody, right? Because if you have blocked such persons, they are not able to speak, right? I don't have anybody that it has to be you or no. If you're able to help me anytime I'm hosting these spaces, please tell me. Myself, I'm quite happy to help you, but and you cannot pick and choose who you think is your friends and everything. Look for those requesting for the mic, bring them up, give everybody equal opportunity. Because some people complain that the reason they're not able to speak is because the co-host is not bringing them up. Please, let's just have those conversations that a lot of people don't want us to have, right? And carry everybody along. Because you have the mic, sir.
Yeah, I wanted to say that for those that are requesting the mic, they can on request and request again, because I had to do that a number of times before you saw, even because there was a time I even placed on the timeline that I was requesting for the mic and I was not being called up. So I had to on request and request again over time before it became visible to you. So that's just what I wanted to say. Did you get me?
Yes, sir. Yes, I thank you very much. Yes, I do agree with you. It's quite a difficult thing to do, right? But I just wanted to see if we're able to carry them along. I've not seen them saying anything on the comment section. Can anybody read anything being said on the comment section? I want us to use these 10 minutes to make sure we finish around at least 12 o'clock. There are 5 requests. Nobody is coming up, right? Or should we just end it now since they are not coming up and they were not going to blame us tomorrow and say mindset did not allow me to speak? Mr. Nuhu, what is your take on it? Should we just end it now? Hello?
Actually, we have done justice to the topic, but normally if people are around, it makes it a little interacting and sometimes, but at the moment, I don't really know what to say. So me, I would love if we continue, but without many speakers, it will be boring.
I think we would end it now, since we have tried our best to bring them more, but they are not requesting. Only if anybody can see anybody requesting for the mic, right? I'm quite happy for them to contribute. This topic is very important. A crime has been committed, and it's very important the government come clean, and it's very important the opposition amplify this more. All right? So